A very good afternoon and welcome one and all. Welcome to the OCI Essilor Knowledge Series. This is the last of the webinar from the lecture series that we are having. And in the past several months, we have conducted 4 webinars, and this is the 5th and final webinar from the lecture series. And we are going to have a very interesting talk by none other than Dr. Daman Jot, who is known in the field of dispensing. So welcome, Dr. Daman. And let me give you a brief introduction of Dr. Daman Jot Singh, who has completed his bachelor's as well as master's in optometry from the Bharati Vidyapeeth University, Pune, and holds a vast corporate experience of more than 11 years. He recently completed his doctorate in optometry and is now serving in private practice in Amritsar. Many congratulations on your doctorate, Dr. Daman. He has been awarded with several gold medals for his academic excellence and serves as scientific director to many national organizations as well as faculty at many universities in North India especially. He is the scientific director to India's leading optical magazine, Optician India. So before I hand over to Dr. Daman, a couple of housekeeping announcements. I request all of you who have joined us on the Zoom meeting link to keep your videos switched off and also your mics switched off. And joining him today as one of the panelists is Ms. Tanima, who is the Professional Services Head, North India for Essilor Luxottica. We are going to have a short panel discussion at the end of Dr. Daman's talk, and we will take up any questions that come up from the audience, both on Facebook Live as well as on the Zoom meeting link over here. And we are going live on OCI Facebook page as well as Optician India, who are our media partners for this webinar. So welcome again, all of you. So over to you, Dr. Daman.
Hi, very good afternoon, everyone. So let me thank OCI, Essilor, and the entire team who is sitting over here, who is organizing these events. I've been listening to this, and some of them I've already attended, and they really went very, very well. So I'll try to incorporate something more in this. Probably rather than I'll say incorporating something, a lot of my share, my piece of information, my experience, what I've done in my corporate experience and my private practice, what all I do. So on the practical aspects, not on the theoretical aspects. So I'm sure the theoretical aspects are being already being taught to all of us in the colleges, in our books and all. So it's a time probably to work on the things. How do we work when we are in the clinic or when we are in front of our consumer and clients? So with all your permission, I'll take up the screen.
Daman, if you can increase the volume, please.
Okay. Can you hear me otherwise?
I can hear you, but it is not very loud, I would say.
Hello.
Yeah, I think it sounds better.
Better? Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, hi everyone. This is Dr. Daman. Anita, I already have done some very brief introduction of mine. So I have already done my graduation, my master's, and my PhD. Now let's move further without spending much of the time. So today we are going to talk about the value added in spectacle lenses. Okay, value added in spectacle lenses. Yes, we all need to look for this, and we are looking for it that yes, we need to add up some more value to our lenses. We look for overall ticket value, how we can increase the value of a ticket value of a segment, what we get in the consumer. Today, in today's time, it's not very easy to have more footfall. So what we all are working on only one aspect, that is how can we increase the ticket size of a consumer who stepped into a showroom. Sometimes it becomes too difficult to talk on the frames because there's nothing too much to talk on the frames apart from the brands, what they look for. And even there, your decision do not really matter much because they come up with some mindset that what kind of frame they are looking for, what brand they are looking for. Yes, your technical expertise really works so well where you have to educate them, guide them, dispense them that what kind of lenses and the frames they can opt with. But the umbrella over the spectacle lens is huge. It's open. You've got ample of things to talk about when we talk about this spectacle lenses. What is the need of the hour? Why we all are here? People who are in private practice, what we are looking for? Yes, We all looking for only one thing, that is, how can we make more money? Yes, if I'm not wrong. Yes, for sure. We all look for the same. We all work for the same from day morning to the end of the day. We all work for that. Yes, how we can make more money? For sure, not by doing something bad deeds to our clients and to our consumers. For sure, by doing something good to our patients, giving them better value adds, better products, better vision here. And yes, for sure, we look for our pocket also, because that's how we survive for ourselves also. For sure, yes, money is a need to all of us. And how that's how we are working on the spectacle lenses. Personally, to my time, I spend 70% of my time to spectacle lenses in my consumer, because there is where our expertise really work very, very well, where we have to elaborate on the things, we have to talk, we have to discuss, we have to tell them how well we can work on the lenses. Add up more and more values to your lenses, add 1, add 2, add 3, add 4. Though it's a challenge, we always look for how can we add this, but yes, if you can really do so, you earn more money. But yes, you need to be very organized and systematic when you really talk about the value adds to your lenses. But yes, let's work on it. And we'll work on this for next half an hour on the same only, that how we can talk about these things to our consumer, where they even get aligned with our thoughts, what we are trying to talk to them. Create the need. This is something very, very basic thing. What we all need to learn is when we are into any of the business, I'm not saying optical business or any business. The success of a business is first you create the need. Once you create the need, people will look into it. There's a very nice line which is said that, don't tell me about your product, make me need your product. So you have maybe 10 things to talk, maybe you have 10 things to offer to your client. Don't tell them all 10 things that I have this, I have this, I have this. Rather, you make them understand that you need this product for sure, or you need this enhancement or this add up for sure in your lenses. So please don't talk all, talk for few. And for that, you need to understand your patient very, very well, or the consumer very, very well. You need to understand their occupation, their habits, their hobbies, their needs, their lifestyle. Spend some time on that. If you really want to raise up your ticket value, you want to give them something good for their eyes, not only for your ticket value, but for sure for them also as a value add to their lenses. You need to understand them very, very well, and then you can offer the good things. So create the need. You have to make them understand that, yes, sir, you need this for sure. Because of this thing, you need this. Once they get this click, yes, that whatever you're talking about, that I am doing this, which was not good, and I should do this, which is good, I may get agreed to you. But unless until I feel that I'm doing bad in my old things, I may not understand the value of a good thing also. So let's example, a small example. I am a biker. I am in the sunlight for the whole day. I may be comfortable with my spectacles, which are absolutely clear. Neither they are transitions, neither they are any other photochromatic, or they're not sunglasses. They're absolutely clear lens, and I'm pretty fine. I may tell to you, sir, I don't have any problem. So for me now, they don't have a problem. So you may see that there's no need of talking about these sunglasses, but then you have to create the need. Did you ever show them about these dark lenses to the consumer when they go out in the sun? Did they ever realize that what benefit they get when they wear the sunglasses or some prescription sunglasses when they go to the sun? No, we never spoke on it. We never tried this step extra to it, that how can we make them feel the need of this product. So unless until you really work on this, it's difficult to add value to your products. So please work to create the need and show them the need. I'm not saying that please create a wrong need. Whatever you feel this patient is into or this customer is into, understand their need and then show them the need of the product, what they need. Put a tag to your offerings. So tagging to the offering is important. Whatever the offer or the coatings or the enhancements or the values what we want to add, there should be some good tags to your showroom. Like you go to some Pizza Hut, or they all have the offers. So today's offer is this, tomorrow's offer is this. If you get this, you buy this, you get this. I'm not saying to talk about the discounts. I'm talking about, please tell them what all the offerings you have in your clinic. When they come to your store, you may remember 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Sometimes you talk about 2. Maybe your teammate will talk more only 1 or 2 or 3, but at least somewhere at different places, some of the tags should be shown in your outlet where you really have different offerings to your lenses, because lenses is something where you really actually make more money in that. So you need to talk to the customer and ask, does your lenses get dirty? Do you feel stress in your sunlight when you go out? Does your lens get smudged or they get a fingerprints when you wear the lenses? Does your water stay on the lenses when you go out in the rainy days? Do you feel the lens still stick on the lenses? Or when you wash them in the water, do you have to wipe them in the cloth every time? Does your lenses block UV? Does night light, the bright sunlight, the lights, car lights which come in the front, does they really trouble you much? Do you have a mobile phone? So I'm sure when you talk about these things, when you ask for these things to your client, they will surely say yes for at least 2 or 3. Because if you see many of these things, most of us do get indulged with these things. So for sure, all of your clients, customers, or patients will say yes to at least 2 or 3. Now, the bigger the portfolio what you offer, the better the result what you get. If I ask only for 2 or 3 things, let's say, so do you go out in the sunlight? Patient may say, no, I don't go to the sunlight. Your topic is over. You may ask, sir, your lenses get dirty. No, I don't go out in the sun. So how the lenses will get dirty much? Topic is over. So probably you need to ask for more and more things, and surely you'll get more and more yes also. The more yes you get, the more of the chances you add value to the lenses. But the lesser the things you will talk to your client, lesser of the chances you will get to talk to get yes. So it's being seen that if you give more values, more shown, you will surely get 2, 3 out of these. Upgrade from basic to premium. We all have different kind of lenses when we talk to your client, that whether they are single vision, they are bifocals, progressives, whatsoever what you have. As like the frames what you have the portfolio of lenses. Please talk about all the 3 segmentations: basic, standard, and premium. Some people get stick to basic and standard. Some people stick to premium. If you know your client is premium, they don't need to talk about the basic, absolutely fine. But if you feel the patient is a beginner, may not think of spending too much, please do not stop offering standard and medium or premium. You have no clue that which customer will lead into the next one. So please, whenever you talk, your offering has to be broad. Please keep in mind, if your ocean is restricted, consumer ocean will be even smaller. If you have a wider ocean to offer, surely the customer has a better chance or better option to look for the better spectrum. So look for the reason to upgrade. Maybe the patient is using basic. Now you want to upgrade to the standard. You have to convince by your words and by your conviction that for what reason he should upgrade to a standard lens or a premium lens from a basic lens. Now what I have done for my clinic at my practices, I'll just show you a simple layout what I have made it for myself. You all can customize it for yourself also, but something like this has to be offered to you. Now some of the corporates do offer you the comparison of different lenses, what do they have on one page, but some of the corporates do not show. So if you don't have these kind of things at your clinic, you can make it one for yourself where consumer can easily differentiate between 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes, rather than talking on the things, some pictures, if they are in front of you, they give a better impression than just giving up your words. Okay. So if I'm moving next, just see this. It's a simple thing. Now let's say example. Let's say I have a basic lens, hardcoat lens, which I offer at 400. I'm just giving example. I have a standard ARC lens, which is being costed to the consumer at 700. And then I've got a lens, which is basic blue cut lens, maybe at costing 1000 to the consumer. Now, if you see these 3 things, which I've made for my clinic, consumer can easily say, yes, I get much more things over here in the last component than middle and first. Don't mention the price to begin with. Just tell them the different things what you have. Sometimes consumer block the mind when they hear the price at the first go. So please talk the price later. First, make them understand what all they need for your daily routine. Let's say I'm saying, do you want better cosmetics? For sure. Everyone will say yes. Why should I wear a hardcoat lens? I want anti-glare. I don't want the lenses to be get reflected on the light to be get reflected on my lenses. So when I'm talking on the same, I have to make them understand. I have to make them realize where this reflection causes troublesome. Now, a good clinics do have a sample also where what they have done, they have made a demo spectacle, one lens with anti-glare, one lens with hardcoat. So they make them wear themselves and they ask the consumer to ask what eye is more visible to you. So for sure, we all know that the one which has an anti-glare lens or ARC coated lens, in that the eye will be more visible, but the one which is in a hardcoat lens, the eye will not be visible because there will be reflection on the surface of the lenses. So these kind of practical things you should work. It doesn't cost too much. It costs very, very less, but really give too much of value to your spectacles. People who go for the parties, weddings, during the cameras and their pics when they're being clicked, the pics do capture your reflections on the lenses. But if you have ARC lenses, the pics will have a better of your eyes than of the lenses. So these kind of things you should offer. So please make these kind of things when you daily talk. Don't just give them a verbal word. Sir, एक अच्छी क्वालिटी का लेंस है, एक और से अच्छी क्वालिटी का और एक और बहुत सी क्वालिटी का. What is the difference in the quality? You also know. You also are not too sure of it. So now the young crowd, they are a little more technical. They want to go a step further. They want to understand. So try to make them understand why a premium lens is better than a basic or a standard lens. If you could really do so, I have seen that 95% of my patients are taking either standard or premium. Basic is out. Nowadays, anyhow, I don't do this standard lens also. I just do premium and upper premiums. But I'm just saying, if you really want to upgrade from the basics, please show them a nicely formatted plans, how they get beneficial when they move from a basic to a better lens. They should see the value. Don't talk about the feature of a lens. Talk about the benefits. There's something called as FAB, feature, advantage, and benefit. Any consumer is more concerned with the benefit. Means if I pay money to you, if I'm giving you 1,000 bucks, what benefit I'll get of my lenses than spending 700. So if I could see that, yes, this 300 extra bucks, what you're asking from me, I get this extra, and this is how my eyes will be beneficial of it, he'll surely pay to it. If I just as a feature is this, they will not understand it. So better you work on the benefits than the feature. Your corporates can help you out. I can help you out to understand for any feature, what benefits you get out of it. Similarly, now, let's say at my clinic, I do 98% lenses with blue blocking lens. So now if you see, I have taken 3 blue blocking lenses. So I've taken out premium, I have taken out medium lenses and the basic lenses. I have differentiated in my own ways that, okay, fine. If somebody's taking premium lens, what all the benefits approximately they'll get in the premium one, what all the benefits they get, this is in the medium one, and what all the benefits they get in the basic one. For sure, remember one thing, once your patient is on premium lenses, there is a 95% chance forever they will never step down and they'll come to the medium one. So once you have to put some effort to make them understand how the premium is better than the medium and how the medium one is better than the basic. So let's talk about the clarity, SPF, ARC coating, hydrophobic properties, and all these properties, how many blocks, blue blocks they do, everything. If you really work on it, these kind of things really help you out to move from the basic to a premium segment of blue cut lenses also. I said why blue cut? Because now at my clinic, I do more of the blue cut lenses. I don't do much of without blue cut lenses because everyone is on a gadget nowadays. Okay, moving further. So I request you all, if you can make this customized for yourself as per your bucket. I'm not saying always go with the corporate because you may have different things to do. So whatever you want to do, just plan yourself, make one chart of this kind and show it to your consumer. Remember, always minimum offering should be 3 to 4. So you should have 3 or 4 kind of segmentation of lenses what you need to offer. Like one, it's all depending on the pricing. Pricing 1, pricing 2, pricing 3, pricing 4. And trust me, if you give at least 3 or 4, the survey and the research has shown, a generic data has shown that 70% of the consumer will pick up either option 2 or 3. So majority of the clients will not take up the basic lenses. They will look for the medium or premium. Now the basic could be different for you, be different for me. For me, maybe the basic would be 400. For someone, the basic would be 2000. I'm just saying as a way, but I'm just saying you need to give 2-3 offers. Some people may say, sir, please do the best what you have, or give me your opinion. Always in your pocket then. But I'm saying when you want to tell to the consumer, when you feel the consumer want to take up a decision, always give 3 to 4 options where you will see that if you explain them well, 70% of the consumer will pick 2 or 3. They will not pick 1, or they will not all pick last one also, the premium one. 15-20% will may stick to the 1 depending upon the segment what you have, and then 10 to 15% will pick up the premium also. And then you can upgrade from the medium to upper medium and then to the premium also. So please try to enlarge the bucket what you offer to your clients for the lenses. The lesser the option you will give, the lesser the chance you will get. So let's say if I have only 2 options, premium and basic. So I just have either patient will say premium or basic. There is only 50% chance I'll get the medium or premium. The rest will remain on the basic. But you have a better option, you can always have a better deal also from the consumer. Bring more cash with the boosters. Now, these are some special things what you can really talk to your clients. Like boosters, we have Eisen Start, we have Eisen Booster. So these kind of things are available with different companies. Essilor is offering this kind of lens. So before I go into detail, I'm sure you must have heard these lenses, Eisen lenses. So there's a small poll I need to ask with your permission. Now the poll says, to what age you will prescribe Eisen Start?
So you can type the options in the chat box, either 1, 2, 3, or 4.
If you have heard about this lens, Eisen Start, can you please share me what you feel, what age group you should really recommend these kind of lenses?
So we have answers coming up. Some say 3, some go with 4th option, some say 2. I mean, we're getting mixed responses.
That's good. At least I request everyone to please answer it. At least we'll get to know what you're thinking of it.
Yes, there's no harm. I think majority going with the option 3.
3, so 18 to 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not too sure about the Facebook Live audience. If Sakina or Bhavya could help me. On the Zoom chat, I can see majority going with option 3.
3.
Okay, so we have 3 from the Facebook Live audience as well, Dr. Daman.
Okay. So majority of you said option 3, but I have a different opinion. Now, when I spoke to the Essilor, they said, sir, it is basically recommended from 12 to 38 years of age. Now, if you know about Eisenstat, they have recently invented this kind of a lens. Now, why I'm talking about this Eisenstat? It is not being specific for some product. It's just being, I look for what benefit I can give to my consumer. For that, you need to understand the product also. Please don't go vague on just talking about the product. If you're not too sure of it, consumer may not look into it. Remember one thing, your client, your consumer take your conviction. He don't take the product. He just take your conviction, your confidence, your knowledge. If you are knowledgeable, if you're committed to your product that yes, sir, if I'm offering you this, it is meant for you and it is essential for you. Consumer will take that confidence. But if I'm saying, sir, there is a product, Eisenstat also, you can think of it. Why should you think of it? You don't have a time, you don't have a brain to think of it. So your conviction important. So Eisenstat is basically a lens which reduce comma abrasion to a major extent. All our lenses have different abrasions. We all know the abrasions, yes. So all our lenses do have abrasion. They have launched this Eisenstat, which has very minimal abrasions, even a comma abrasion at the bottom of the lens, from where we read. So it has shown that people who use Eisenstat, they get less stress compared to people who wear a normal lens because it reduces the abrasions to a major extent. So for me, if I talk about the answer is, for me, the answer is 15 to 25. So anyone who wears a spectacle from the age of 5 years onward or 4 years onward can go for this lens, because of course I want a lens which has a better ergonomics, which has a better vision, which has a lesser abrasion, no defects, no peripheral distortions, which if he has, why not to offer it? I look for it and I tell to my consumer that yes, it has very less peripheral abrasions. Okay. Now, why up to 25? Why not 25 later? So people now, if you see post lockdown and in today's time, we have seen that 70% of the people out of 100, let's say out of 10, 7 people are spending more than 7 hours a day on digital device. I'll repeat this thing. It's being seen that out of 10 people, 7 people spend more than 7 hours a day on digital device. And if I go for a young population, the adults, people who are from 20 to 40, they spend almost 9.5, means out of 10 people, 9.5 people spend more than 3 hours on digital device. That means almost the entire young population, which is up to the age of 40, the adults, they spend more than 3 hours on digital device. Now, if they're using that, then I prefer Eisen booster, because Eisen booster has a muscle reluctant also, where they have some additional booster power on the lower quadrant, which lacks your accommodation and gives a help to the muscles. So Eisenstat I offer to the people who are from 5 to 25, then I go with the booster. Now, when I'm talking about a booster, my consumer says, I don't have any problem. Should I go with a booster? That's a simple question. How do you promote a booster lens? I simply ask them, simple question, a small exercise which I ask them to do. Please raise your hand. Can we all raise our hand? Yes, I can do that. Now, the next question comes, for how long I can do it? Maybe 2 minutes. Some people who have a good muscle strength can do it for 5 minutes. And people who are really good with energy can do it for 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, what happened? Your hands start slowly coming down. That's why the punishment in the school was being given to raise our hands like this, because the teacher knows you can't do it for long. You'll bring your hands down after a while. Now, simple question is, if I ask my consumer, sir, you need to raise your hand like this, and for 1 hour, it is mandate. What will do? Your strength will not work for more than 10 minutes. But if I have to raise my hand for 1 hour, what will I do? Then they have no answer. Then you have to tell them, sir, you need a support. Either you put a rod over here, which can hold your hand, or you tie a rope and roof it to the roof, tie it to the roof, so which can hold your hand for 1 hour, 2 hours, as many hours, because your muscles do not have that much strength to hold your hand like this for 1 hour. Similarly, when you work on the digital devices, when you work on the gadgets, or when you read long, your muscles have a power to give you a higher power as a competition. But after a while, they do get stretch also. They also get relaxed. So booster helps you to keep your ancillary muscles more relaxed, where you can get a more power. So you don't have to exert too much of accommodation, and you can have always batterized people, especially work on the digital devices for a long hours. So somewhere you have to give a link that when I'm talking for something, how this will be beneficial to you. Just by giving a product name and telling about a product thing, they may not understand why should I opt this, unless until they realize, this is what I'm telling again, I am creating the need of this. How I'm creating the need? I'm making them realize that yes, when they work on the laptop for long hours, when the day goes off, by the evening, their eyes do get tired. They may not come up and say, yes, my eyes do get tired. Some of may come and they simply say, but to some, you have to make them realize and recollect that yes, their eyes do get tired when by the day passes. Okay, so pose this poll. So now the next is bifocals. So move to premium SRC from basic hard coats. If you are doing a bifocal and you're not trying to convert into the progressive for some or X or Y reason, if you feel that yes, patient is not willing to go for a progressive, try to promote some better hard coats. We have a better coatings on that. It is just to add up a ticket value and to give a better coating to your consumer where you get lesser scratches and more transmission. So work on this. Then the next one is switch to smart bifocals. Now, some of the companies, they offer you no line bifocals. I'm not talking about the progressives. They are still bifocals. No line bifocals are smart bifocals where the visible line is not visible. So it's being hidden, it's being blended in the lens. So we have some Indian brands who are offering this no line bifocals like Nova. We have some international brands who are offering these kind of lenses like we have Rodenstock, we have Schmidt, who are offering bifocals. So people who are not really comfortable with the progressive, maybe 2 or 3% who are not really good for the progressive, you can talk to them for the no line bifocals where you can add up some more value to the client. Of course, people are not looking to wear something that cumbersome, which comes up as a demarcation line, but they not be comfortable with the progressive also. If you have taken a decision that yes, this consumer or this client or this patient will not go for the progressive, you can certainly talk about the smart bifocals where they get a benefit that yes, the line will not be visible, but they will be comfortable because the peripheral zone still remain good, because in the progressive, the peripheral zone become little distorted and with aberration, but the bifocals do not have too much distortion in the periphery. So if you feel the patient is not willing to go for this and you will get a better near vision also, the near vision area is bigger in these smart bifocals, certainly please talk for this. I've seen people really do not talk about these things. If you have offering, please do offer. You have no clue which patient will look into it. So please talk for this, whether Indian or international, depending upon your ticket size and value, what patient is willing to pay. But if you have offering, should offer them as much as possible. Now, progressive addition lenses, the key things where from we all look into and we all look for one thing from this, and what is money. Yes. So from progressive addition lenses, we all make money. Do we agree? Yes, that's a key butter to our business, where we get the most in cash from this thing. And after money, we get more, even more money, and then even more money. So yes, progressive are the one where we make more money because we have huge variant in this. Progressive start from a ticket value of around 2,000, goes up to 20,000, 60,000, 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh. There's no end to it. So you can earn as much as possible. But yes, again, I said something, please don't be disobeying to your patient. Don't be disloyal to your consumer and client. Whatever you feel that this is important to your client and will really add value to their lifestyle and to their ease and convenience, please add to that much only. Please don't go vague and saying that, yes, if my consumer is saying, give me as expensive as, and you're just doing what you should not do. If you're losing a trust for once, you will lose it forever. So please, whatever you offer to your client, explain them whatever you're giving, why you're giving, how this will be beneficial to them. For sure, you need to see your pocket also, but before that, you need to see the consumer's demand, what they are looking for. If you really could fulfill them, you'll get many more from them. So please look into it first. Don't look for your pocket only. Now, if I talk about the progressive lenses, we have conventional and digital lenses. We all know we had conventional. Now we are heading toward digital lenses. This will be good for the people to know. For the retail also, we all should know how their digital lenses are better than the conventional. And our consumer, if I know about this, I can talk to my consumer also why they should opt the digital lenses, not the conventional progressives. So if I say digital lenses are approximately 7 to 8% thinner than the conventional lenses. With the same index also, if you go with 1.5 index, like example, you have a conventional and you have a digital. The digital lens will be 7 to 8% minimum thinner than the conventional lenses. Approximately 6 to 7% wider zone they offer. Let's say you have a X example, let's say particular design, and the same design is offered as a conventional and as a digital. You will see this digital lens compared to this conventional progressive, this digital progressive will offer you 6 to 7% wider zone, means lesser perforations compared to conventional. So when we have these things, you need to make them realize why you're talking about the digital lenses, how this will be helpful to the consumer and to you also both. Digital lenses are 10 times more precise in power. Your conventional lenses change the power by zero point 0.1 data step, and digital lenses change the power by 0.01 data step. So they change by 0.1 and they change by digital lenses change by 0.01. So 10 times more precise. So digital lenses power accuracy is 10 times more precise than this one. Tomorrow, you may ask for a prescription to make as, so can you please make a spectacle of 2.75 diopter or 2.37 diopter? Now we all offer a spectacle power of 2.25 and then we have 2.5, nothing in between, either 2.25 or 2.5. But the way we are heading for the precision and the time will demand where you may be asked to make a lens with 2.37. Neither 2.25 is good to the consumer, neither 2.5 is good. So 2.37 is probably not possible from this conventional lenses, but the digital lenses will be able to make this 2.37 or any of these kind of powers. So look into it. Less time consuming because they have lesser steps to acquire for, and easy to adapt for sure because they are having a better optics. So now everyone is heading toward digital, the labs are heading toward digital. We should also talk for digital lenses and let's try to convince to the consumer. We also make money and consumer also get a better benefit of it. Talk for the wider zone. Yes, this is something key thing what we all do. I'm sure we all are doing. Nothing for me. There's nothing new for me to talk on this. That yes, we are talking for the wider zone, but probably the ways what we talk, the ways how we discuss to the end consumer about these wider zones will be beneficial. Now my pictures are showing clearly how the lens which is having a wider zone will have a lesser aberration. Now patient may feel, why should I go for a wider zone? So then you have to go a step further, make them realize where they get a problem with the wider peripheral aberrations. You may say, sir, when you are driving, when you look on the side mirrors, you do get sometimes some disturbed area and then you move your neck. Do you? For sure, we all do. We all know that in practical, when we look on the side mirrors of the car, we do move our neck. So as the consumer, so do you move your neck too much on the periphery when you look in the mirrors? He may say yes. Then you can make them correlate with the things, sir, because of the peripheral aberration what your lenses do have. Your vision is not that sharp. So you have to move your neck to see at the periphery. If you feel the vision a blur, go with the wider zone. You can ask them, sir, sometimes you are not in a good mood or you're a little weak or you're lethargic. You want to read. You don't want to sit straight. You want to go a little relaxed with the ways you want to do some spine position, sometimes little tiltation. There, the basic progressives do not work well because the moment you make your chin this way or recline, your corridor, what you is offering you power for the near is too small. This will not give you a clear vision when you make yourself relaxed. If you really want to go in a relaxed position sometime and you want to use your lenses in a good manner, go with a wider zone. So please try to bring, I'm just giving you one or two examples. There are many, many more. Many more means there are ample of things which you can make them correlate why we are talking about a wider zone, that how the wider zone will help to them. Because we all want wider zone, they also want, but there's a price involved in that. So when we talk about a price, yes, some people stay back to the normal things, but if they really get a click of it that yes, this particular thing is helpful for me, anything I'm saying, depending on the occupation of the consumer, if they could relate, yes, this particular thing, let's say I'm saying, as I said, I have a habit of reading my books and on a bed and I'm a little on my rest position and I want to read my books. For sure, the basic progressive may not give you a good vision, though she's able to read because she's putting some stress and patient is reading, but you can offer them a better, wider zone that yes, with this zone, the stress will go down by 10 to 15% or 20%. You can enjoy your book reading even more. So you have to correlate this in their daily to day routine. Don't give them a theoretical words only. That's a wider zone will have less aberration. What do they have to do with the less aberration? They don't know. You have to correlate with this, that this lesser aberration will help you in your routine life. How? If you could do so, they will go into it. If you say so, sir, just technically they are good. Yes, they are better. Lesser peripheral distortions. They may say, I'm pretty fine with the one I'm using. Okay. So please work into it, discuss into as much as possible and then talk into it. Talk for the customized designs. We have a customized lenses. Please talk onto that. That yes, sir, now we get lenses which are customized for you, for your eyes. They're absolutely made for you, depending upon your eye parameters and your frame parameters. We will take a proper monocle PD. These are sync lenses. They work one and the other one which works in each other. They need some fitting parameters also. They are very well customized as per your frame fittings. So please show them the bucket that yes, there are some customized lenses as you have a customized tailoring for yourself. When you go to a tailor, they don't give you a ready-made shirt. They stitch it as per your needs. Now, post this customized things, there is something called as personalized also. Now, what is this personalized? Where you get step further even and you talk even more things what you have in the bucket. You talk about the anatomy, talk about physiology, talk about anatomy, occupational needs, human behavior. What is this all about? I'm talking about. This all take into the sense like, let's say now there are two kind of people. One is eye mover, one head mover. I'm looking straight. I'm looking on this gaze. I move my neck and I see. I'm a head mover. I use my central portion more. I don't use my periphery more. And whenever I look on my side gaze, I move my neck and I see. Second is called as eye mover. Who is the eye mover? When he's looking straight, when he move into the, when you want to see on the peripheral gazes, they move their eyes on this gaze and then on
I guess we have a network issue. Daman, your mic is on mute.
I'm audible now?
Yes, but we can't view the screen and we lost you for a couple of seconds, Daman. Your screen just froze.
Okay. I'm just doing it again. Wait. Is it visible now?
It's visible, but not on slideshow.
Okay, I'm just coming. Is it fine, ma'am?
Yes, it is. Go ahead.
Okay. So from the customized lenses, when we talk about the personalized one, how do we make a difference between this? Is just example. A normal tailor, what he do, he just take the arm length of one arm and he do the same fitting for one arm and second arm. Of course, it is customized because he's tailoring up your arm length. He's taking up your wrist thickness also. But a personalized a boutique tailor, what he do, he take it individually the right arm, then he take individually the left arm also. He take individually the right wrist and the left wrist. He take this individually the right shoulder and the left shoulder. He don't take one side and he double up the other one because he knows body is not symmetrical. Body is asymmetrical. My right half and my left half is not same. They are different. So what he do, he make it individualized for the right side and the left side. Similarly, when you talk about the personal lenses, they take too much of things into the consideration. As I was talking about the human behavior, am I eye mover or a head mover, or I am a combination of both eye and head mover? Depending upon that, the companies can design the lenses as per my human behavior. If I am a, let's say 80% I am an eye mover, 20% I am a head mover. So company will decide, the corporates, the big corporates will decide what kind of lenses they should offer me, which will help me to have my behavior adapted. Then they ask for the reading distance. At what distance I have a habit to read my objects. Accordingly, they design the near zone. We all know that the progressive lenses, the near zone is also changeable. Initially, we need to see that the near zone having an inset of 2.1 or 2.5 millimeter means the near segment is inner toward the nasal side by 2.5 millimeter. Now it is not that. It is variable. It is variable depend upon the addition power. Now it is variable not only upon the addition power, also depend upon the need of the patient, that what distance I hold my object. Accordingly, they will decide that where should my near segment should come, from what portion of this frame I'm looking through, and they will put the near segment at that position. So all these things, I'm just taking example of 2-3 things. There are ample of things. In a personalized lens, there are almost 21 parameters which are being given to the corporates to take a lens and make it personalized as per the consumer. So one lens of the same power which is being designed for me, the same power may not work so well for my other one who have a same prescription as like mine. So this is personalized to me. So this will work very good for me, but not for the others. These are called as personal lenses. So attempt to this, please talk into it. When you do this, please tell the patient about the things you are taking into consideration. If you are doing a personal lens to your consumer, a single vision lens or a progressive lens, please tell them, for this lens, sir, we have taken up your 21 parameters into consideration. Considering these 21 parameters, design your needs. Let them feel good about it, that whatever they are paying to you or whatever the benefits they are taking into, they should be felt with the same that yes, I've got the value of it. Let's say 10 or 15 or 20, whatever the parameter you're taking, please emphasize and do tell them. The 21 parameters are being taken off your body and your postures and your ergonomics, which will be taken care into your lenses, and they will be designed as per your needs. So let's talk about these personal lenses where we have an offering. We have a better benefits to the consumer. They can really work very, very well. Of course, they come at a little higher value, so everyone may not go into it, but at least start talking about that. Give them the option that yes, not today, then for sure tomorrow, sir, I'll offer you something which is personalized for you, which will be absolutely meant for you. It will not be a generic lens. It will be absolutely designed for you as like what you get in the different things. So moving further, we have enhancements, we have index, we have blue blocking, we have ARC. All these enhancements means whether you take single vision, whether you take bifocal or you take progressive lenses, these are add-ons. Add-ons means you can add up the values and the benefits to the consumer by talking about these things. You can talk about the index, you can talk about the blue blocking, you can talk about the ARC, hydrophobic coating, oilophobic, anti-static, adaptive lenses means photochromatics or transitions. These are things we can really talk. I will not go in detail to each of these because I'm sure we all are aware of it. The only problem what we get is we don't talk about these. We all know that yes, all things are being offered to us by our corporates and the big companies, and we can offer them to a consumer. But trust me, if you ask yourself, how many of us really asking for these things to our consumer? Maybe very, very few. The lesser you ask, the lesser you get. So simply there's a simple phrase saying that jo dikhta hai, wahi bikta hai. The more you show, the more you get. The lesser you show, the lesser you will get. So please start talking about these things to your end consumer. Now, if I talk about the index, we all know how to talk about it. So talk for the high index lenses. Always show comparison chart for thickness. Now the corporates offer you a chart which shows that for a particular power, when you move from 1.5 index to 1.56, how much thickness will be reduced from 1.56 to 1.59 or 6 and then 6.7 and then 7.4. The moment you move from one index to another index, how much thickness will be lesser? The consumer sometimes do ask you, sir, lens kitna patla hoga? I'm wearing 1.56 for -4 data, let's say, and I want to go for -6.7. Consumer asks you, lens kitna patla hoga? Dikha sakte hain. We don't have a sample to show them because we don't have a power which is cut into their frame. But of course, we can give them a preamble. We can give them some idea that yes, so this chart shows if you move from this index to this index, 15% lens thickness will be reduced. So these kind of things are available with the corporates. Please take from them. Talk to your client. This will really help you a lot to talk about the thickness point. Make them realize how cosmetics are essential. Show them when they come up with a spectacle lens which has a thick lenses, say that's why you're wearing thick lenses. You can go with the better lenses. Probably the earlier optician or a clinic had not given them opportunity to talk about these kind of lenses, but if they have come to your clinic, take the opportunity and talk on the things what you can talk for. Show them a demo of concentric rings. We all know the thick lenses do have minus thick lenses. We have the concentric rings and the periphery, the white rings. Show them this is how the lenses will look like when they come up with a new lens, because the new lens will have too much of bright rings and they doesn't look good. That's why they should go for the high index lenses. Polymerization is less in high index lenses. Polymerization is turning of lenses yellowing. So the lenses turn yellow after a while. This is lesser in high index lenses because of silica, but in basic index, they turn more yellow. Prefer 1.6 index in supra frames. So your patient takes supra frame, half frame, you usually give 1.5 or 1.56. You feel why to give a high index lenses? Not because of the power, because of the chipping issue. So sometimes the supra frames fall down and the edges get chipped off. So prefer if you give 1.6 index, the chances of chipping out of the lens is very, very low. I'm not saying to give 1.5 to everyone because it has a stretch issue also. But yes, 1.6 works very, very well for the people who wear the supra frames. As the trend is heading toward bigger frames, yes, if the people are opting a bigger frame and the higher power, the chances for you to talk about a high index lens is also more, because you know the bigger the frame, the thicker the lens will be. So in that case, you always look for the lenses which are thinner, and you get more chances to talk about 1.67, 1.74. So please extract the opportunity where you can talk. Look for the things. Don't get dull into it. If you talk more, you will certainly get more into it. So adaptive lenses, we all know transition lenses or photochromatic lenses are adaptive lenses. The new name have come up, which give a new feel to the consumer that yes, some people say, no, I don't want that transition day and night wala concept nahi chahiye. Then you say, sir, these are adaptive lenses. They are very smart because they don't have any residual tint. Because the earlier glass lenses, they used to have indoor tint also. Or the Chinese economical lenses, what we get at the photochromatic lenses, they get a residual tint after a while. But the premium brands they offer, they don't get a residual tint. They're absolutely clear when you're working indoor. I'm wearing the transitions only, which is absolutely clear indoor. So what you have to do for this is, So some people say yes, some people say no. So keep a 60% dark lenses to showcase. We all know that transition lenses or any photochromatic lens will not turn as dark as like a sunglass. So please make a demo lens with the frame, which has plano power, but with a color of 60%. When the consumer comes to a clinic, hold this in front of the spectacle, bring them to the sunlight if possible for you to take him to the sunlight, show them how comfort they are when you bring them in front of their eyes and when you take them off. So making them realize on this that yes, when I hold a dark lens of a 60% dark also, I get a comfort to my eyes compared to when I don't hold and I'm wearing absolutely clear lenses. So these kind of practical things really help you a lot. You have to take step extra to make them show that how these things are beneficial. And then do share that without UV, they don't turn dark. Yes, this is something important. If a person is like a driver, he drives more of the cars, we need to make them realize that yes, they don't turn too dark when you are in the car. Because when you consumer is expecting that I want my driving lenses and I want transitions of automatic lens, please make them realize they turn dark only when you are in UV rays. So, but yes, the benefit now is technology has really changed to the things. Now we have got lenses which do not work on UV rays and work on blue light also. Will not too much on this, but yes, now recently Essilor has come up with the extractive lenses Gen 8, which turns dark in the car also. They turn to a very good quantum that they turn dark when you are in the car. Let's talk of these things to the clients. So prescription sunglasses, I'm sure we all are doing into it. Work more on it. Prescription sunglasses are everyone is in a need because now we are in with the hot summers. Everyone is looking for the vacations, even for the day driving also when they move out. We all need it. But if you really ask, if you see the prescription, the volume, we are not even 4% of the entire spectacle in India. So that means as the total number of spectacle users in India, only 3 to 4% people have prescription sunglasses. Rest are still moving around without any prescription sunglasses. So please give them an offer, show them how good they are, how comfortable they are, why they will need them, and then start offering them the prescription sunglasses also. And we have a color club also. It's a party. It's a very new trend which has come up in my clinic also. I'm sure that you all are working on this. People look for these kind of color spectacle lenses for their evening parties, night parties, casual days, Sundays, off days, mall days, movie days. So when they go out with these, they don't try to wear the conventional lenses. And you have to make them realize, so do you wear the Sunday also the same formal dress? If today I'm in a shirt and jacket, do I wear the same on my Sunday also? No, absolutely not. I'm into my casuals. I'm in my shorts, I'm in my trouser, I'm into my t-shirts, my caps. And same way, why you wear the same spectacle, formal spectacle for your Sunday also, or for your party also. So please make them realize, keep some samples of these. Show them, keep the pics. If you're offering to one client, keep a pic of that. Show to your other client that that's how it look like. By looking at one, others will look into it. But yes, showcase, offer them more, give them more color options. If I've got yellow, as like I say, personally me, I've got 9 colors for myself with different color options, which I wear in my dresses. So when I go out, I just look for my sunglasses of my color, which I wear for my evening parties. So please work on these things. I'm sure we all are working. Let's take a step extra into it when you're really walking into a value add to my lenses. Work on these things where you can value add to my spectacles. For my evening parties, a separate one. For my formal use, a separate one. Okay, there are many more things to work into it because of a lack of time. Probably we can't go too much deep into it. So I request you all, please talk as much as possible. The more you talk, the more you get the conversions. The lesser you talk, the lesser the conversion you will get. So remember a few things which are really important. You can't add more footfall. It's not easy to add up a footfall, but yes, you can raise a ticket value. The trend has gone toward that where the only success to our stories is only by raising the ticket value. Your expertise works more with the lenses than the frames. In the frames, the decision 70% is in consumer's hand, 20-30% is in your hand. But for the lenses, 80-25% decision is in your hand. What you have to offer them, how you have to offer them, and why you have to offer it. Studies show that you can upgrade 67% patients every time they come. So let's say this time I'm using X value. If you really talk to me well and explain me well on my lenses, for sure, out of 100, 67 to 70% patients will raise up the ticket value of the lenses because that's something related to your eyes. Sometimes you have to talk to them, sir. This is what you see. This is what others see. So first you focus on what you see. If you really want to see yourself better, look on your lenses, not on a frame. Be a dispenser, not a seller. Please don't try to push which is not really required because once you lose the faith, you will lose it forever. So please be a good dispenser where you talk about the good things, the beneficial things, what the consumer is really looking for. Try to understand them. Don't just go because you have 10 things to offer, you will put all 10 to all. No, all 10 will not be given to all. Probably you can offer in a good manner. You can offer 1, 2 at the max, 3 to 1 client, but you need to choose up who needs what. For that, you need to understand your client better. If you could really understand it better, you can offer them particular things what you did. We feel that really helpful to them. So once on today, never on past means today if you upgrade on something, today if let's say I'm giving X value and tomorrow I've paid them, ask them to pay X plus 2, chances are very, very less they come back to X. So once I'm on this better one, I never degrade. It's just like a mobile phone. If you upgrade yourself on an iPhone or any other phone, rare chances, very, very rare that you degrade next time when you buy a new phone. You always look for a better model and better volume. Similarly, when you go for a lenses, today if I'm wearing this, I go for a better one. I never go down. I go for a better lenses. So be loyal to your customers because you exist because of them. They don't exist because of you. You exist because of them. So please be loyal to them. All this is yes, we all look for good money, but yes, not at a stake of giving some bad deals to the consumer. Please look into their benefits. Their benefits for sure will pay you good. So please help them to understand what they need, when they need, and why they need. You will surely get better into it. I think that's all. So let me say thanks to you all. And now you can raise up with the questions what you have.
Thank you so much, Dr. Daman. It's always a pleasure listening to you, your vast corporate experience as well as your current experience in the private sector. I mean, such valuable practical tips that you gave us on the importance of value additions in spectacles. It was wonderful listening to you. I'm sure all of you who have joined us today would agree that it was a fantastic lecture by no doubts. In case you have missed out on the previous 4 webinars, also you can subscribe to the Optometry Council YouTube channel and access those recordings also. This today's lecture will also be, the recording of today's webinar will also be put up on our YouTube channel. So thank you so much, Dr. Daman, for that very insightful talk, I would say. So before I take up questions from the audience, we have a couple of minutes more. So a quick question to you as well as Tanima. Like you spoke so much in detail about the value additions, the benefit to the end consumer. So as a practitioner, so most of us practice in the optical setup or in a hospital setup. We are busy, doing all the workup for the patients, writing out the prescription, and we feel it is the front desk people who need to be bothered about conveying these benefits to the consumer. So how do you see that we pitch in? How much of time do you think we need to spend, apart from just saying that a progressive lens is good, to spend time on elaborating on the benefits of value additions? Or do you think, Tanima, that training the front desk staff is more important? Because optometrists, we feel that they know everything. It's the front desk people who deal more with the end consumer. So I need to hear from both the sides. Maybe Tanima, you can answer about the front desk people, and then I will go back to Daman.
So I think it's a very important questions, and let me be honest with all the optometry fraternity, the colleague that we are having now in this session, that the expectation is whenever the patient is coming, if we see like from their point of view, the trust is always more on the person who is sitting inside the clinic, who is testing my eyes, right, who is giving me the RX. But unfortunately, many places we see that the people, the optoms, they will not take that much of interest when it comes to the lenses, like which type of lenses we should wear, what is the value additions, the designs, the boost or start. We have discussed so many things today, right? So it's a very important part that our optometry colleague, they should also take equal part, very important role they have to take that decision. In fact, while choosing frames also, because we see many cases where because of the frame, the patient is not satisfied because of the shape or size. So at that point of time, the counter salesperson, they will come back to you, and you need to solve that problem. But then why not to take the charge from the very beginning itself? I have worked very closely with Dr. Daman's counter also, and I have seen how he has done that miracle, like the way he said that he spent so much time with the patient inside the clinic and also over the counter. He counsel the patients, and it can do a lot of changes, better results in terms of profitability and in terms of patient satisfactions also.
Very well said, Tanima. Rightly said, yes, a person who is doing a refraction is like a doctor to the consumer. So if he says something, the trust value is always more, because when a doctor tells you something, whatever he prescribes, you just go blindly and you take it. So of course, one who is doing a refraction in the clinic has a better hand on it, that he should say. He can really help the team which is outside on the counter that yes, this is what I'm talking to the consumer. Give some mind. I'm not saying to talk, spend 10-15 minutes. Probably sometime if your clinic is busy, you cannot spend 15-20 minutes for each client to explain about lenses in the clinic itself. But at least some things you can click in their mind that this is what I'm talking for you. As per your need, you need transitions, you need blue blocking, you need anti-glare. Let's say example. Or you feel that I'm in a chemical industry where the fumes are keep moving around my eyes in the chemical industry. If I'm not using always the safety glasses, you need a lens which is oilophobic, because the oils will not stay on the lenses. So once you understand, give some idea. Now the price factor comes into it, so many qualities come into it. All this cannot be discussed in the clinic, probably that you have to discuss on the counter. Currently the picture is, we spend 80% of time, the consumers spend 80% of time in selecting the frame, and just 10 to 15% time in the entire time what they're spending in the clinic is being given to the lens selection. What we have done now, what we are changing is, first, be organized to yourself when you want to talk for the lenses. We are very, very rough when we talk for the lenses. Consumer is looking for a frame. He has taken out the frame, and at the same go, we just talk little on the lenses and say, sir, this is how we should go with. Done. So the patient has spent on the frame, you're done with the lenses. But when you really want to talk for the lenses, please tell them now it's a time to discuss on the lenses, because they are more important. The moment you say this word, they are more important, consumer will understand that yes, this is something really important. If you don't pay importance to it, consumer will never pay importance to it. If you really want your consumer to be serious on your lenses, first you have to be serious. Me as a clinician or a dispenser has to be serious on my lenses, that yes, I have to be a little professionally mannered. I should stand where I have all the tools, the charts which I want to show, or the things, the samples I want to show. I should bring my patient to a place where I want to talk for lenses. Please do not talk about the lenses where you are showing your frames, because he may not feel value of your lenses. You have to show yourself how serious you are for your lenses. Then only they will understand. We are trying to decide now the lenses first, then we go to the frame. Yes, sometimes changes do happen, but now we are trying. We talk for the lenses first, that what lenses you're looking for. Then I say, okay, let's go for the frame. I'm not saying all are doing this, but at least this attempt is showing me a result of 15-20% people are heading toward, they discuss for the lenses, then go for a frame. So let's work into it. This will surely show some good results to all of us.
So thank you so much, both Tanima and Dr. Daman. So I understand that the recommendation needs to come from the practitioner, and then the front desk staff supplement or complement it by adding their inputs also. But again, it's very important that both the practitioner who is writing out the prescription and placing some recommendations, as well as the front desk staff, both are in same wavelength. We need to be on the same page, because what is conveyed by you as a practitioner and what is conveyed by the front desk staff need to match. There can't be any discrepancies or room for any mistakes from anyone, I would say, right? That is also important, that we train our front desk staff to convey the same kind of benefits that you as a practitioner would. Like Daman, I really like the table that you had shown about the three offerings of value additions, like the basic, the medium, the upper medium, or the premium value adds, that you had really put it on a table, and that really is very catchy and easily understood by anyone. I would say that was really very interesting, and that's a good practical tip for all out there in private setups. These are all practice builders, I would say. So are there any questions, Sakina or Bhavya, from the Facebook audience? I don't see any questions on the Facebook chat box.
There are no questions now.
Okay, so Tanima, you being from the industry, what do you think about these value additions in spectacles? Because generally, people see that it is more of a money-making gimmick that any optical stores or anybody pitches it across to the consumer. So how do we put it across to showcase that it is more of a benefit than more of a sales perspective for the optical store? What is your take on that?
Yes, so when it comes to lenses, what we have seen is that there are so many technologies, so many inventions going on, and every day there will be some new updates, right? And all these are basically because of the customer's lifestyle changes. So we know very well, like before 10 years, the lifestyle of a customer is not same as it is today. So it has changed a lot. Their requirement has changed a lot. When it comes to progressive lenses or single vision lenses, there was a time when we used to go to the school, we never imagined that we will take some online classes. But nowadays, the kids, they are taking online classes. It has become a new normal today, right? So as for the lifestyle of the people, it's changing. Similarly, the lens technology and invention and all the value additions are also changing. So basically what we suggest, that there are three pillars that whenever you are choosing a spectacle lenses, that we have to consider. So number one is the correction part. Of course, like the vision that you have shown inside the clinic, that 6x6, the quantity and the quality of the vision. Of course, it will come from the design of the lenses. So when it comes to single vision, either you want to go for the traditional single vision lenses or advanced single vision lenses. When it comes to progressive, like the way Dr. Daman has already explained, like there are different type of progressive lenses designs also. So nowadays people are mostly into the digital surfacing, because you get much more precise, lens design, sharpness, clarity, everything increases. And there are different designs also, which is as per the customer's lifestyle. So whether you work more on the system, do you have outdoor activity, do you drive a lot, do you go outside, so is it a day driving or night driving? So there are so many things that we can consider when choosing the particular design, which can actually correct your vision, whatever light intensity you are in. Because inside the clinic, what we have to understand, that there is a controlled amount of light. So the moment you are stepping outside of the clinic or the hospitals or the stores, then you don't have any control on the light. So how to make sure that your patient are getting the similar contrast or sharpness, which was shown by you inside the clinic. So correction part is very important. And then nowadays, the second important pillar is the protection part, because UV rays and blue violet rays, harmful blue rays, and also we need to talk about the essential blue light also, which will help you, to keep the physiological clock in space. So all these things you need to consider when it comes to protection. So in protections, you can, depending again on the customer's preference or lifestyle, you can choose either it's a material base or coating base, or if you are going for a transitions lenses, then you are getting all this thing inbuilt. And the third part after corrections and protections, so protections can be even given to the people who needs it, but who don't have any refractive error. With plano also we can go with protection part. Maybe a sunglass, a UV blocker sunglass can also do the work. And then when it comes to the third pillar, that is the value additions, right? How can you enhance the vision? So like the way in the last part of the presentation, he was explaining like oleophobic coating, hydrophobic coating, dust repellent coating, your lenses are becoming dirty, is it bothering you? So this is the part where you can actually add all this enhancement options. So this is how lens is a very vast subject, but with the help of this three simple pillar, I think we can choose the ideal spectacle for our patient. And at the same time, like the way we always say, like he was explaining, like throughout the week what we wear, we don't wear during the weekends. So can we incorporate this practice for the spectacles lens also? Of course we can, because nowadays the technology, with the help of the technology, you have so many options. So the lens which is best, which will give you the maximum vision when you are in front of the system, the lens that same lens cannot give you the best possible vision when you are driving during the day, right? So you need to have different pairs of options also. So primary pairs and secondary pair has to be chosen accordingly. So these are the basic concept that can be followed by all of us to make the correct suggestion to our customers. And when it comes to different showing the benefits of the product, from the company we provide lot of demo tools, sample lenses, so you can use all those things. right? So that the customer, they can understand, they can feel, like he was mentioning, like you take the photochromatic lenses and dark it and show it. So they can understand that, no, it's not about gimmick, but this is how it performs. So this is something, it can be incorporated in the practice, and it should help the customer. Yes.
Thank you so much, Tanima, for those valuable inputs. And personally, I am a firm believer in multiple pairs as well. Like Daman mentioned, like we have dresses for different occasions, we have footwear for different occasions. Why not have spectacles for different occasions? And especially with the latest advancements, I think it fulfills the various lifestyle needs of a consumer. Also, even when you have no refractive error, you can still sport a spectacle as a protective device, as a protection against glare and excessive sunlight, all of it. It's more sometimes it just merely as a fashion statement. Also, we do see people going in for spectacles. So I absolutely believe that it is not just a practice builder, but more of a lifestyle dispensing. Also, we can promote this. I'm sure today's webinar benefited all of you who have joined us today. Once again, from Team OCI, I extend my great thanks to Dr. Damanjot as well as Ms. Tanima from Essilor Luxottica for joining us today and added more value to today's webinar. So in case you want to revisit this webinar today, you can look up the recordings from the OCI YouTube channel. Even the previous webinars from the knowledge series are uploaded on the YouTube channel. So do catch up. And we look forward to our continuous educational activities and upcoming webinars from OCI. So please look out for our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. All of it, we are there. We will be posting the latest updates and the upcoming webinars. So do watch out for this space for more upcoming webinar series from OCI. So thank you once again for joining us today. Thanks to the registrants on the Facebook who have joined us live as well as on Zoom platform. So thank you once again. And thanks to my team, Sakina, Bhavya and Harshada, who are working off the screen and ensuring that this went very smoothly. So thank you once again, and bye-bye from all of us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.